to Invest Insights. I'm Abby Malone. I'm joined today by Janet Garrity, the Director of the Gloucester County Chamber of Commerce, and Lisa Marina, the Vice President of Government and External Relations for Jefferson Health, New Jersey, for a discussion on Gloucester County's business community. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Abby. Thank you.
Thank you, Abby. My pleasure.
Let's begin. As Gloucester County looks to foster a stronger economic future and stronger communities, Janet, what are some areas within Gloucester County's economy where there is room for creative cross-industry partnerships and collaborations?
Well, one of the many exciting things going on in Gloucester County is we have, a wind initiative where we're building out the port off of Paulsboro is building monopiles, right? And they are requiring light manufacturing, right? They're requiring transportation. So because these monopiles are several stories high, they're the piles that will go into the ground off the coast of New Jersey, and then the windmill will go on top of that. So this wind energy is really exciting. It is also what they're doing is they're pulling in contractors from the region. There's an edict that says you have to use contractors and business owners from the Gloucester County area to do that. So there's a lot of cross-pollination of that program, and we're really excited to be a part of that.
And Lisa, what does that look like from the Jefferson Health perspective?
So to hone in on the collaboration piece, while healthcare is not really part of the wind industry, there's a lot of collaboration that's going on in a different part of the county and another economic driver, which is the eds and meds. And certainly, Jefferson is a large piece of that. From an education perspective, from the hospital perspective, from a general health and well-being perspective. And we have found that particularly during the last 2 years, that our work with our other sister hospitals and just a collaborative community of partnerships has been the one way that we've been able to navigate the whole COVID pandemic.
Looking at where we are today, Lisa, what areas of healthcare are experiencing the most rapid pace of innovative ideas and solutions?
Thanks for that question, Abby. It has been certainly a whirlwind for everyone. And if we look at, invention is really driven by necessity. And so as we had so much rapid change during 2020 and 2021, a huge area for Jefferson specifically and for healthcare in general was the use of telehealth. And it was something that we used on a regular basis, but not to any extent like we use now. And people were much more comfortable. It's telehealth, it's electronics. I mean, almost everyone has an Apple Watch or a Fitbit. And so health is at the forefront. And so we're working very rapidly to try to figure out ways that we can incorporate technology into keeping people healthier, to keep them out of the hospital, to keep them safe, to keep them working, and doing all the things that they want to do. So really that technology, wearables, telehealth, the things that we wanted to do before are now been accelerated by the pandemic.
Shifting gear, talent is frequently cited as the most pressing challenge facing the business community at this time. What creative strategies are you pursuing in an effort to attract talent to the region and label Gloucester County as the ideal destination for one's life and career? Janet, I'll open it up to you.
Well, thank you for that question, because we have, as Lisa indicated previously, we are right smack in the middle of the eds and meds corridor. So we have the meds, and we are very fortunate to also have the eds, meaning education. Right, education is going to drive the workforce, right? Workforce development, workforce education. This is what our businesses need to develop their talent. So where do they go to, and how quickly can we help them here at the Chamber and throughout the Gloucester County community? How can we help them train up their staff? So we work closely with the Workforce Development Board and also Rowan College, South Jersey, and Rowan University. Both of those communities try to quickly adapt to the business needs of the community and develop credential programs and other type of programs that can get their staff credentials and stacking educational things, and we work with them to try to help reinforce those needs and those desires of them to build their workforce. So that's what we're doing right now.
Lisa, would you like to chime in?
So we have a serious challenge in healthcare. The workforce shortage goes from physicians, nurses, clinicians, everything from social workers through those that provide, environmental services and housekeeping, food and nutrition. So it goes across the board. So we've been looking at creative strategies in addition to partnering with the educational institutions, as Janet had mentioned, but we've been looking to do a deep dive into the high schools to start to get a pipeline built. A lot of folks think about hospitals as only being places for clinicians, but we have needs for accounting and finance and the corporate services like human resources and other departments. And it's a career, there's a career path. And so we're trying to build that early. We're also looking to hire from within. So we have programs where we offer scholarships for education and to help folks who are already within the system to build their credentials so that they can move into higher jobs. But it really is a shortage of epic proportions. And we've been working very collaboratively with our partners in the region, Gloucester County, in general, but in the region as well, to just try to find that workforce and get people up to speed as quickly as possible. One of the things we found we've been really successful with is tapping into a population that's often overlooked. And we've had great success working with Project Search and hiring adults with disabilities to come in. We put them in a sheltered, like internship type of environment, and we work with them. And we've had like 90% success for hiring those folks after they've been through the program, and they are just the best workers and wonderful to work with. So I always encourage people to look at all sorts of potential employees. It's something that we're really proud of and we've been pretty successful with as well.
At a federal level, the recent passing of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act was a significant step in funding the nation's infrastructure issues. At a regional level, Lisa, how would you like to see some of these funds creatively used to address Gloucester County's most immediate infrastructure needs?
So in order for workers to get to work or goods or services to be moved, you really need a great infrastructure. And Gloucester County has such a robust logistics hub here that if we don't have the roads and bridges that we need to move those goods, we're just not going to be successful. So that is a huge piece of it. Obviously, there's the intersection of Route 42 and the Route 295. That's a project that's been underway that's critical. But in addition to that, we have very little public transportation because of the rural nature of this community. And so the exploration of the Camden-Gloucester rail line, I think, is important to move people, particularly students, between Camden and Rowan University, and also to move people cross-county. We have a very, a tough time getting east to west. And so it would be great if we could see funds put to work to improve our roads, make sure our bridges are where they need to be, but also making sure that we're looking ahead to the future as well.
As we round out today's discussion, I'd like to ask each one of you one final question. How would you define creativity, and what does that look like for your business and industry moving forward? Janet, would you like to start?
So yeah, creativity is an interesting word, right? So I always base the creativity on being observational, right? Really understanding, particularly in workforce, say workforce development, is not just expressing your needs as an employer, but what is your base? What are the people that you're looking to pursue? What do they need to make a successful transition to your company? So it's really generating the marketing, quite frankly, on how to attract them, and then delivering on the promise that you're going to give them as an experience as an employee. We often overlook that because we need to train staff to make our companies operate. But, younger generation is always looking at the experience, the work experience that they get, not just at their desk, but, their colleagues and so on. So you really have to look at that whole picture for what are they going to, when they go home from work, what are they going to tell their family, their friends, and, what experience do they want to have? And you have to deliver on that too.
And Lisa?
I think creativity in the healthcare field is all about finding those partners that you can work with to deliver the services that you need to deliver. And so I think that being creative means leaving no stone unturned. We work with a variety of companies and organizations that help us to get to our goal, which is a healthy community. And we do everything from partnering with our local companies to provide them with wellness programs, to help them get their employees healthy, screenings, those things are so important. And so for me, being creative is just trying to find the right people to get us all to be living a healthier life. And that's what we're looking forward to doing.
Well, there's so much exciting activity in Gloucester County, and I thank you both, Janet and Lisa, for today's discussion.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for having us.
Well, that was Janet Garrity, the director of the Gloucester County Chamber of Commerce, and Lisa Morena, the vice president of government and external relations for Jefferson Health, New Jersey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to hear more CEOs and thought leaders share their opinions and advice on today's business climate. Until next time, I'm Abby Maloney, and this has been Invest Insights. Thanks for tuning in.